Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide, and in today's video we have something different, and that is the Penstar eNote. It's an interesting little one because it's not so little, because it has some things that are fairly unique and a fairly different approach than what we've seen so far with the devices of this type. So let's unbox it and see what the first impressions are. The innovative paper tablet, Penstar eNote, innovative e-paper screen technology, 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, double than what we normally see in pretty much every other device so far. Multiple device cloud synchronization, 6,000 milliamp ultra long battery life with a 10.3-inch Carta HD screen. It doesn't mention the resolution here, so I'm not sure if it's a 300 ppi or not. I will have to double check that. Android doesn't say which version. 2 gigabytes of RAM, very low if it's like a full-on Android kind of thing, with 32 gigabytes of storage space, and I don't see a micro SD card slot here for expansion, so I think it's non-expandable 32 gigabytes. Wi-Fi connectivity 2.4 and 5 gigahertz with Bluetooth 5.0, interface USB-C with OTG and headphone and charge capabilities, and it is audio capable with microphones and a speaker. Let's open it up. Ooh, this is kind of cool. This has a texture of a maybe like a book cover or something like that. I really like it. And we get padded inside. All right, so we got the whole device. Handle with care, no heavy objects on top. Do not squeeze. Okay. Okay, weighty, not too weighty. This is interesting. Oh, this reminds me of Notea design from before. Let's see. Yeah, and the thing on the side as well. USB-C to USB-A cable, and the pen that feels actually quite nice. It's nice clickiness, and it feels like a good normal pen. That's kind of cool to see. Okay, I didn't expect this, but this is... And you can do clicky thing. Clicky. Oh, and this one as well. Kind of cool. Oh, this is plastic. That's gonna break me. Come on. This has to be metal, not plastic. Okay, fine. It would have been nice if this was metal and this was metal. I mean, no need to kind of be cheap on that part. And there's some build quality stuff that I'm gonna address in the in-depth review. I'll just show the pen like this, so who sees what they see, we will see when the time for the in-depth review comes. Let's see, are there any other goodies inside? No. Anybody hiding underneath here? What's hiding? Oh, nope. There's just, I'm dismantling the box now. Uh-oh. Several hours later. Oh no. Damn it. Do you ever wish you had Control Z or Command Z, you know, the undo button? Ah, I managed! Yes! Okay, done. So what you get in the package is the device, USB-C to USB-A cable, the supporting documentation, 10 extra nibs with the nib replacement tool, and the Penstar pen. Let's see if there's spare nibs inside. Oh, there's 4 more. So you actually get like 15 nibs in total with this one. That's pretty cool. Let's see what the device is about. Okie dokie. I genuinely can't wait to see what it's like. So let's remove the protective cover. And I'm gonna try and not rip anything off so that it's nice and preserved. Okay. Ooh, that's nice build quality. Okay, so that feels Yep, that feels really, really good. Let's put the pen here. I love that the pen actually matches the style of the whole, yeah, the color and everything. So this half cover is really cool, and I like it better than the solution is actually a lot better than what we've seen on the Kobo Ellipsa 2E, for example, where you had the bump here and then the device wouldn't sit flat on the surface. That's not the case here. It just attaches right at the side here, and it covers the screen as a protective cover, and they're minimizing the bulkiness, the weight, and actually the materials used as well. So this is really cool so far. God damn it, open it! I won't yet, I'm teasing you. Got the Penstar shiny here, and this is like almost fabric-y type of, but I don't think it's fabric, but it feels like fabric, but it feels nice and it looks really, really nice. And on the back, this sounds like plastic, but is cold like metal. That's odd. I really like the design here, that they are giving you these edges here for holding the device in a very nice way, and it's kind of giving it a sleek, modern-ish type of look with these chamfered edges here. The chamfering is really, really nice and smooth, and the execution is done really, really well. And then it just kind of bumps up to here to allow for the power button, and does the same thing here, just bumps up to allow for the USB-C. I believe that the thickness is around 5.5 millimeters or something like that. This is surprisingly cool. So let's finally open and see what it's like. That is funky. All right, so the cover can go back nicely and can allow the device to sit firmly on the bottom. The magnets are actually not just magnets, but they're a combination of mechanical and magnets, and they snap in fairly easily. So that's, well, yeah, fairly easily, maybe stretching it. Yeah, this is okay, so that's gonna be a bit of a thing to kind of, it's a bit of a faff to put the thing on. So that's, yeah, a little bit off. So let's see how well does it actually hold the device. I'm gonna be careful. So yes, okay. Let's try extreme. Okay, all right. So the design is really, really good. Yes, it's a bit of a faff to slot it in, but I think over time one can get used to or find a technique that works for the user the best. But the way it holds the device is really, really good. So let's just check out the device, shall we? Because it's fairly cool. Ooh. So the reflectivity of the protective layer, or this looks like it's actually a screen protector on top. Yeah, definitely it is, because you can see, if I can catch the light here, maybe you can see a tiny difference at the corner here, and then you can see a reflective surface underneath, different reflectivity here. So I think that this feels like a screen protector, paper-like screen protector that's applied here, and unfortunately it has the same reflectivity issues that yeah, third-party paper-like screen protectors that I can buy on Amazon have, and that's one of the reasons why I don't use them, is because they have really, really bad reflectivity properties, and unfortunately that's what we see here. So that's a negative thing that's definitely gonna impact on overall writing experience. However, the writing feel is a paper-like screen protector here, so it feels good like a paper kind of thing. This seems to be all plastic, I think, and it is a bucket design, because you can see that the top is slotted into this bucket. but the edges are nicely fine-tuned, and it just feels really, really cool. So now we got a really different type of approach, and something that I really hope is the case. So before even firing it up and never having seen what the device is, what are these buttons? We have like a central button, 4 buttons on the top, 4 buttons on the bottom, and that's pretty much that. Of course, no magnet here. So what I'm hoping is that what we get is that these buttons here, because we don't have touch, that the ability to customize these buttons means that you can make them do whatever you want and execute different functions that will correspond to what the functions are here in the user interface. This would be really, really cool if that is indeed the case. The buttons themselves are plastic, but they feel good. Yeah, tactile feel is nice. On the sides we have these cover latches, power button here with, I guess, LED indication here, nothing on the side. On the bottom we just have the USB-C. So apparently does have speakers somewhere. Maybe these here are actually speakers and microphones. That would be interesting, because you can see some small perforations here. That would be very smart and original. The overall build quality, despite it being plastic, I think it really feels good. I mean, I do like devices like this, and yes, the glass and metal is super premium and all that kind of stuff, sure, but yeah, give me a well-designed plastic device any day of the year, because I prefer the durability of a device like that, because it's more flexible and it just becomes a little bit more comfortable to work with on a daily basis. That being said, it still feels a little kind of weighty, and I do like this kind of thing because it makes it really easy to pick up the device from the side, because sometimes the super flat and thin devices can kind of almost stick to the ground. This is not the case here, so you can easily pick it up. Okay, finally, let's do the first power up. I hope it's charged. Okay, cool. Ooh, does it even have a front light? Because look at this. This is like super close to the surface. I don't know if it has a front light. No, it's not glowing in the dark, so maybe it doesn't have a front light. This is starting to be even more promising, because if it doesn't have a front light and it doesn't have a touch layer, then that means that the content is gonna get super close to the surface of the screen. Okay, so the device has loaded, and my initial impression of having the user interface mimic where the location of the buttons are was dead wrong. Even though that was like a perfect opportunity to do this, they didn't. Meh. So we have a bookshelf, notes, email, apps. Image quality seems to be really sharp and really crisp and close to the surface. I'm just showing you the angles here just to kind of see how it is when you look at the different angles and how close to the surface the content is, because that's one of the things that you can do. However, that reflectivity is ruining the experience somewhat. It's not ruining it completely, but it is distracting from the immersion of having an impression that the content is actually on the surface of the screen, which is the whole point. So the grayness of the surrounding of the screen actually matches the color of the screen well. Not perfect, but it's well good enough. The non-perfect thing is, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a slight tint of yellowishness in the plastic surrounding the screen, while you don't see it in the screen itself. Okay, so we don't have touch, right? So you can't do anything with the fingers, which is we'll see when I start using it. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? For me, it's a daring thing and it's an original thing, and at least we now have a choice where we have a device like this. So we got home, notes. Oh, that's slow. Okay, maybe it needs some. Okay, start your reading journey. Okay, already I'm seeing user interface inconsistencies. So when I go to notes, going back is like this. But when I go to books, the main bar is retained. And then when I go to files, it's retained. And when I go into apps, it's retained. So only in notes, it's not there. Okay, fine. Not a fan of that. We see, yeah, wanna tap that. All right, so let's see. In apps, we have Wi-Fi transfer, browser, notepad, email, my account, cloud drives, player settings, and that kind of stuff. So this is not a Google Play enabled device. So therefore, the only way you can actually add apps to it is probably going to be via side loading stuff. All right, so let's check out the system, and yeah, it's Android 11. Okay, so the buttons, quick button list, set, home, previous page, next page, back, draft, browser, rect, read, refresh. Okay, and set, quick button list, and then you can edit. Oh, there we go. And then we have a huge list of functions that we can actually add to the functions of the buttons. So let's see what the functionalities are that we can assign to these buttons. So we can do set, I don't know what set is, recent, pen, draft, era, eraser, pen, redo, undo, home, insert, add page, screenshot, lasso, I don't know what's recent read, probably recent read, zoom in, reader's menu, refresh, zoom out, contents, previous page, up, full screen, next page, down, erase all, speed up, maybe refresh, left, up, down, left, right, okay, split view, browser, browser something, I guess, browser. Oh, so you can have different browsers. Okay, so we got Chromium and that one. System menu, notes, rotate 180 degrees. Does that mean that it doesn't have an auto rotation thing? Okay, okay. Calendar, annotate, hand touch, maybe? Hand tool, okay, sorry, and lookup. Okay, so those are the functionalities that we can use. What is this? Whoa, no. What now? So, yeah, okay, good. That X is really ugly. I mean, that's not appetizing at all. Okay, and then we can have default notes reading. That would be interesting to see if changes that I do are saved on a per preset basis, because then that can open up things quite a bit. What would be interesting to see is if each button could have multiple functions, like for a single press, double press, or a long press. Because then you would actually get a combination of 24 functions with these, and that for nerds like me can turn out to be like a cool things. Okay, so the novelty here with the button configuration and absence of touch layer is getting me confused. I need a little bit of a reminder to stop tapping at the screen so that I can, remember that, hey, this doesn't have a touch functionality. So maybe that comes with time. We will see. Transferring was easy enough. So let's go to books and start your reading journey. So let's import. Hopefully I'll be able to import from here. Okay, so maybe let's import all of this. Oh wow, select all. Okay, are you selecting all? Yes. And then import. Okay, that's a bit of a kind of a way of doing it. So we got recent books, bookmarks, excerpts, and search functionalities. And we can search books, bookmarks, and excerpts. Okay. We can delete all records here, and that is that. Let's see how this works. So let's go here and say Mars. Two things would have been nice. It would have been nice if the keyboard itself was typing directly here, and then in turn it would also be nice that as you're typing, the search results are already being performed dynamically and narrowing down your search, so that you don't have to go search, wait, what, I have to type search and then search again and then find it. Yeah, it's 2024. We need normal conveniences of technology to be a standard thing, and this is something that I would have expected the device to actually have. All right, so let's just open this up. Let's see how it works. Okay, so there's normal rendering and good image quality rendering here out of the box, which is interesting. It's a little bit on the slower side of things. Okay, so what do we have here? We have toolbar with options, so we can annotate, and we have different brushes. We have a pen brush, ballpoint brush, and a marker, and we can do use all of these colors. This is a monochromatic device, which just means that the annotations will be done at that in that color on the device. Just start writing. Yes, I can. Now the contrast is really good. Because the content really looks black, like really properly black here when you're writing on this. Latency, it's not bad, but it's not great. What I do like is that it has really quick post-processing. So as I'm drawing, you get some jaggedness of the aliasing, but as soon as I'm done, it just smooths it out. And it smooths it out really in an elegant way, so that you don't really see any jarring kind of refreshing or anything like that. So it's done in a good way, and then the final result is nice and smooth. I'm just wondering, like, how do I get... so I can tap into the middle to get the option here, so we can have a dark mode as well. Yeah, I mean, you have it if you want it, but I wouldn't use that. Let's see what kind of adjustments do we have. So we have the reflow that they mentioned. I'm just gonna try it. Great, we have fit width. I like that. Does it switch? Oh, it doesn't scroll down. You have to tap the button to go up and down. Let's see here in layout. We also have paper. I don't... Oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4. My initial impression of this is that it's a strange kind of implementation of how it's to be used, but it's intuitive. I was able to figure it out without any problems. You have a marker. Okay. So, yep. Does this select text? Or does this select drawings? You can draw shapes. Okay, that's cool. Pixel erase, stroke erase, range erase, clear current page. What I'm trying to figure out is how would I just simply select words, right? Long press. There we go, long press. Cool. Long press, select, and then you can search excerpt. So I can just add it as an excerpt. Book title, page number. All right, and then I can save it, and that's that. Oh, but then it's gone. That would be nice if it remained marked. There we go, refresh mode, fast. So this was clear. Let's see normal. Okay, so normal is fairly okay. Let's just make the layout reset there, fit to screen, so that we can see full-on performance. Okay, so that's normal refresh mode. Then we have fast ultra mode, fast mode. Degrades image quality quite significantly, but it is also a lot faster. And then we have the ultra as well. Doesn't really feel faster, but the images are actually nicer than in the fast. So whatever degradation they're using, I mean, the rendering of images is, yep, for me at least, nicer than in fast. But okay, we get different different refresh modes as well, so that you can choose what type of experience you are looking for different contents that you are reading. Well, let's open up the image rich document as well and see how that performs. All right, so far it's looking good, not too much color banding. And we're in refresh clear mode. Yes, clear mode. So you can see how it looks. That's supposed to be the best quality. And it is good, but we do have ghosting. So let's see if I have additional refresh settings. Refresh every few pages. So let's put it to 1 so that we can see if we can have fully ghosting free experience on the Penstar. Looks like it's okay. Yeah, I mean, no, there's some leaving here. Okay, so we're lacking that depth refresh mode to get a truly completely ghosting free experience. So let's go back to what it originally was, the original settings. But this is fine. I mean, I think that this image quality is okay. Yeah, I think that the image quality is good, but there is some ghosting. And so far, yeah, you can definitely see ghosting in these really, really difficult conditions. Remnants here, even though the refresh mode is clear, we do have quite a bit of ghosting going on. Let's try and introduce some ghosting remnants. There we go, we have some. Then you press and hold, and it clears it up, and then it's okay. So I think that the buttons, physical buttons, are a convenience. My first impression, at least, is that. We'll see if they get in the way when you're normally using things. So far, yeah, the impressions are okay. And we go bump and reflow, because they said that reflowing is a really powerful feature here. So we were gonna use portrait mode. That's off, so this is flipped. Okay, landscape and portrait is flipped. And we have options here for reflowing. Let's see what we got. It's actually really fast and is able to actually add images here and there. And on the first glance, it looks like it's pretty cool. Is this text now selectable? Yes, it is. So unlike on books, you can actually select the text in a reflowed PDF document, which is pretty cool. Reader stuff out of the way. Let's try and test the notes just a little bit, see what that's about, and then start wrapping up the video. Tap here to create a note. Blah. Right, like this. So that's going to be my text. Good. Line narrow 3, line narrow 2, line small, dots large, custom, cool. You can actually choose custom ones, which is good. Music ones, perspective ones, planning, basic ones. And I'm just trying to find a normal, regular lined, but I actually can't find it because these are dotted lines, and that's not what I'm looking for. Well, for the lack of options, I'll just use lined medium. We have options that we can record. Cool, that's going to be interesting to test. Convert to text, add table of contents. Ooh, that's going to be interesting to test. Export all pages to PDF, screenshot, set as screensaver, set power of image, save as template, share to, set the print, and print as well. This is now full of surprises, right? Edit cover, edit category. So you can have categories as well. Interesting. Undo, redo, add page, insert shape, I guess. Yep, line, slash, arrow, ellipse, circle, triangle, rectangle, polygon, text, and paste. Then we have eraser here, and then we have a pen, and a very, very clean type of affair overall. All right, so we have pencil, ballpoint, brush, pen, calligraphy, and marker. So first I'm going to start with the ballpoint here, and let's see what the writing experience is like. First impressions of writing, I think that it's okay. It's nothing great, it's nothing terrible, it's just okay. So the precision is nice, the comfort is nice, the latency is a little bit on the slower side, and the pen is started to feel a little bit harder already now. So the plastic that's being used here and the surface itself, it's a little too raw for my taste. Yep, the button works as an eraser, and this works as an eraser. Okay, hopefully it's possible to customize the functionality of the button, because then, you know, have it as a lasso and this is an eraser, be a perfect combination. This is a ballpoint pen. This is a pencil. It's pressure sensitive, right? So we got those 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, which is kind of nice. Let's test that a little bit more with a thicker brush, because that is nice, but the nib material and the surface of that you're writing on doesn't really feel that nice when you start pressing harder. So that means, for me at least, that the calibration of the pressure sensitivity, it's nice that you have so many levels, but the calibration is such that I can't feel that I'm utilizing that. This is a brush. Feels good. Let's give it a bit more thickness and see how that performs. Same story. It's either the surface that I'm writing on or the nib itself. Something's not happy with, or at least it just doesn't feel that nice when you apply more pressure to it. But that being said, the rendering quality and the blacks are really, really exquisite. So removing that layer seems to have made a bit of a difference. It remains to be seen, is it more different than what we have on the Go 10.3? This is a pen. So this is basically like a ballpoint pen, but unlike the ballpoint pen, it does have pressure sensitivity. That's not a calligraphy pen. They didn't get that. That's not how that works. This is a marker. So let's do convert to text. Current page. Okay. and it's not offline. You have to be connected to online. So I'll test that in the in-depth review. The first impression of writing is that it's okay, and it looks like the notebooks may be fairly capable, especially because there's quite a bit of options here that promise a lot of things. So for example, I'm most curious about the add table of contents here. I'm also going to be very curious to see if I am able to get the printing to work properly, and also if I am able to use the recording in a good way. Oh, it's already recording. So if I'm recording right now, then we can maybe test it and see what it has recorded. So let's done. Okay, so let's play. Alright, so it does record, but I don't know which button is which one, so I don't know where volume up and volume down is, but hopefully you've heard it when I moved the microphone there. Alright, so definitely lots to explore here. So I'm gonna have to spend time with this one to, at least explore and learn some of its functionalities so that I can start, performing the test and categorizing things and everything that I'm gonna be covering in the in-depth review. Well, okay, so that's the Penstar first impressions, and now that it's unboxed, I can start testing it, and I can already see there's gonna be quite a bit of stuff to test on a device like this, because it's doing quite a few things, and it's doing quite a few things differently. I already managed to find, like in settings, some stuff that's interesting. So yeah, it's one of those that you really are gonna, I'm gonna be at least digging into and spending some time with it. So it may be like a bit 2 weeks or so, especially now when there's so many devices that have come out that I need to go through, and it's like a backlog of devices to going through. But I'm going to try and make sure that within a couple of weeks you get the in-depth review of this one. First impressions are, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I don't know if it is something that's for me or not, but definitely warrants an in-depth look, especially with those buttons and stuff. And I think it deserves a little bit of time to spend with it, to get used to it, to understand what the positives are, what the strengths are, what the weaknesses are, because it's not like an everyday device that you find on the market today, and that in itself is an interesting thing. One thing that I have kind of already noticed is that the width here is really large, so the footprint of the device is really wide, a little bit on the slow side. 2 gigs of RAM on an Android, I'm not really sure. And I think we're already seeing those performance issues there. So we'll see what Penstar brings to the table, but for now, these are the first impressions. I hope that you liked the video and that you found it informative and or useful. If you did, please like and subscribe and ding the notification bell in the description below to get notified when new videos come out on My Deep Guide. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye.